Okay, lately, I've noticed a rather bizarre tendency playing anime women that I've never truly realized was apparent until after I began my tests and research into breedability and studied the effects and results of the plap testing breedable process. The rather strange prospect being the inability to get pergante. Now, I might be a tad loony, many might argue I'm deranged, insane, and absurd, but it appears anime women have difficulty reaching the end final boss outcome of breeding. It's nearly impossible. Why, though, is a rather enticingly superfluously humorous notion. It appears the reason why anime women look to be so infertile, according to my data analogs and notes, is largely due to the 2D men responsible for giving into their carnal, primitive, decadent antics. No matter what infertile embellishment I tried to slather onto anime women, it just would not at all stick. Anime women seem to have functioning reproductive bits, as it is possible for some anime women to get pergante, though only select fews. Anime women don't smoke, do naughty herb, powder, chemical rock, or substance-oriented things. They don't appear to have any underlying illnesses, and they don't appear to be exasperatingly underweight. They are average built for the most part, and in accordance to their realm and dimensional proportions, are healthy, average, modest, capable creatures. So, what causes this? Well, many might be quick to jump to the first idea of the interior meat pipes not functioning correctly. Absolutely resolute, I thought as well. However, this would not last long as I delved into the other facts that exchange in the sticky, icky exchange of eggs and paste. I studied and found the breeding zones of anime women to be in pristine condition, a great deal of those times. And then I realized the underlying detrimental factor inducing this unsatisfactory end goal performance, genetically making the lives of 2D dudes rather hard. It appears their gooey gunk that is spewed out of them onto the anime woman in exchange for an egg is not genetically able to perform correctly. It's defective sludge that appears to have incorrect functionality. I researched and I noticed the 2D men in my studies, to put bluntly, shot a exorbitant amount of substance when engaging in tantalizing promiscuity with these women. Ludicrous, ridiculous amounts, even by the gallon. However, I noticed it was extremely watery and didn't follow the suggested consistency suggested by waifus themselves, and upon further analyzation, seemed very weak and dissipated rather fast. Why is this though? Well, as I inferred, it's largely due to genetics, though it could also be diseases, results of ingesting unhealthy substances, the liquid doesn't move right, or it's just incorrectly configured. It could be they just have absurd amounts of estrogen. It really could be various things. A very powerful blast, but very weak in compositional form. Such a blast that, from what I've been able to gather, causes intense, disorienting, nauseatingly ruptuous, and mind-breakingly flustering moments to be felt. Yet the stark amount of anime women who are dissatisfied and angered at the lack of pergante status is apparent, oftentimes grappling the men into more lewd activities, even raising the extremity, only to relive the same results. There are a few women who can get pergante, as stated previously, but there are few in contrast to the majority. Quite a trifling and confoundingly kerfuffly discovery. Lamentably, there does not appear to be a cure to this ailment in the 2D realm, as this predicament is still continuously occurring. Anime women, even if in theory hold the desire to become bred, have very little possibility of this legitimately happening with a 2D variant. Quite sad, really. With more reason, it makes all the more sense to believe that 3D specimens are way more compatible for breeding purposes when it comes to 2D anime women, as 2D men and 2D women are ideal for this, as the loquacious substances that are secreted by them are a whole dimension thicker and chock full of the necessary indicative components in order to be able to actually ensure the breeding process is completed, unless they suffer from any of the previously mentioned causes of inability to breed. Thus, 2D consenting women need 3D specimens now. In theory, one could say. And with that, if you guys enjoyed this video, theoretically if you have watched this far and you do enjoy my videos, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share this with your neighbor, high school teacher, your wife, or anybody who you wish to spread my undoubtable, yet some might say questionable knowledge to. By all means, leave a comment telling me what you think of this lamentable, sad case of futility in anime men, and tell me if you would be up for the cause of helping these consenting, lusty, in need of pergante status desiring anime women. And remember, my degenerates, always do everything purely and solely and only for the purpose of science and the pursuit of knowledge, as we don't do anything for degeneracy here, we only do it for science. And on that note, I'll be back to answer another question non-scientists can answer.